Blah. Audio sync. We're gonna go down C, R, up. So, for anyone who may need to hear it, if your dreams feel like they're getting farther out of reach as time passes, it may be simply because of your experiences and knowledge that have opened more paths to get there, making it seem like there's more than the one once seemingly simple path. There may be more roadway now between you and that dream, giving the illusion of it being farther away, but in reality, you now have the choice of what paths to take to get there. So, keep that in mind. But anyway, welcome to Super Metroid, or Metroid 3, or whatever you want to call this game. I've tried recording this game quite a few times in the past, and I've just never been happy with it, so I'm going to try and do something very different, because I know a lot of ways to break this game, to glitch it, to spectacularly kind of break every seam that this game has. So I'm going to, I guess, put my knowledge of this game to the test and just see how quickly I can get through it. But the other thing I did is I actually pulled out my old Super Nintendo copy of this game and basically an old CRT monitor, and I kind of recreated that really old, low quality. Oh god, that is... Yeah, I mean, if you have the nostalgia for that really old, like those little 13-inch cube screens with a little VHS player at the very bottom, I think you know exactly like what this looks like, if you know what I'm talking about. But my god, I love the way this looks with this game. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this before I ramble too much.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
I always forget that that first line is voiced. Oh yeah, okay, so Samus right here. Look at that difference between these two. This is actually why I wanted to play around with this, because this looks like she's kind of just cut and sort of plastered on the background in some weird, kind of janky ways. And of course now the dialogue's covering her up, so we'll have to see on the next one. But with this, it really looks like she's lurking in the shadows, like she's stalking something, like she's just waiting for the right moment to pounce after a long hunt. And it kind of reminds me of why I used to be so terrified of this game. So, I don't know, we'll kind of see her, I guess, on the next one. I first battled the Metroids on planet Zebeth. It was there that I forwarded the plans of the space pirate leader, Mother Brain, to use the creatures to attack galactic civilization. Yes, Metroid 1, Mother Brain and the Donut Beams. The game may not have aged very gracefully, but I do still adore that game. But yeah, look at Samus there. She is genuinely terrifying. I next fought the Metroids on their homeworld, SR-388. I completely eradicated them, except for a larva, which after hatching followed me like a confused child. Oh god, there's still so much I could say about Metroid 2, and the baby, and just everything. But I think I said enough during Metroid 2, so I'll just leave my thoughts with that game. Or maybe if I revisit it or something, I don't know. I personally delivered it to the Galactic Research Station at Ceres, so scientists could study its energy-producing qualities. Because that's what you do. You find a confused and lost child, and you bring him down to the nearest space lab for research and, I assume, dissection on their research, or energy-producing qualities? Yeah. The scientists' findings were astounding. They discovered that the powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization. Oh, Samus. Samus. You sweet, sweet, pure-hearted child. I don't have the heart to tell her, so we'll just let her figure out on her own how true that is. Satisfied that all was well, I left the station to seek a new bounty to hunt. But I'd hardly gone beyond the asteroid belt when I picked up a distress signal. Ceres Station was under attack. So it's gonna be one of those days, is it? You know the days. You take the children down to daycare, drop them off, and then you get to that light. You know the light, the one that takes 40 minutes to change every time you get there. Or every time you have to wait at it. And the moment you get past it, you get a call back from the daycare, and they're like, hey, can you come pick up your children? We're kind of being under siege by space pirates, and we need to close for the day. And you're like, yeah, give me minimum 40 minutes to get back. I think we've all been there at least once or twice before. But I do really like this level. It's very blue. But actually it might seem a little overbloomed or over washed out, over saturated, but No, it's not the shader. It's actually just kind of the way that this level is. But it works in a very clever way. It really draws your eye just due to the almost perfect contrast between the background and Samus herself. So it kind of teaches you what Samus looks like, kind of her movements, without ever having to actually draw attention to it, or I guess away from the game. It's a very clever use of color theory. But anyway, I'm gonna give you some head pats, my child, and everything will be perfectly fine. So let's do this, Ridley. All right, buddy, I'm gonna say this once, but drop the child, and then I'll kill you. And I know some people are saying, don't you mean or? And to that, I say, no, this is Ridley we're talking about, and more importantly, that's my child we're talking about. I mean, you know, it might not be mine, but it may as well be. I love the adorable little Jell-O cup that is the baby, and nothing will ever change that. So, Ridley, the moment you thought about laying a claw on it is the moment that you basically forfeit your life. So, oh god, he's really coming in aggressively now. But you know what? That's fine. Because, I might have said that I want to get through this game as quickly as possible, but oh god, really gotta watch that tail. Oh god, oh no! Okay, well, that just means we're gonna have to take this to the planet below. Alright, emergency. Self-destruct sequence activated. Evacuate colony immediately. I could do that. Or I could maybe shoot the timer, wall jump up it. Actually, I don't know why I'm being so defiant. I did say I wanted to get through this game as quickly as possible, and I'm already not doing that. But yeah, there's a little bit of a color palette change. Because it lines up a lot more with Samus's, I guess, just kind of her general colors, it really draws your eye away from her and to the environment itself that's now shaking itself apart. And I think it's a really, really cool use of detail. A really cool use of color theory, I should say. And, I don't know, maybe I just kind of have a little bit of a soft spot for color theory, but it's a really, really that kind of cool thing that this game does, at least in the beginning couple levels. And I kind of wish more games, especially more modern games, used color theory like that. But there goes the station. Kaboom. Kaboom. Alright now, Zebeth. You saw what I did to the station, and I'm sure you remember what I did to you last time we were there. So, I'll give you one chance. Hand over the baby and Ridley, preferably unharmed, or, you know, the baby at least, unharmed, and, I'll spare your complete, utter destruction. But it looks like it's not cooperating. Ooh, look at that visor. Actually, wait a minute, is Samus's visor gonna... Oh, Samus's visor is gonna glow too. Oh, that is so cool. When I was kind of building the shader, actually, I really love how this looks. It looks like we're in the middle of a storm, rather than just kind of, you know, a little overcasty, I guess. Oh my god, actually I love the contrast between the lightning in the background and just the really dark, deep colors. Oh, that is so cool. When I was building this, I kind of... I basically started up, like, my Super Nintendo, and I think I already said that. But I basically was just using, like, the menu screen because it has all of the different flashes between, like, all of the different, what are they called? Like, the little different places in the games. So, I kind of just built it off of that, but if you look at the background here, basically you can see everything with the raw data, where here you can kind of just see these weird, creepy little bits, and this is exactly how I remember the game looking. Like, this isn't even like an over-exaggeration, this is exactly how it used to look. At least on, you know, my very, very low-quality little 13-inch cube screen, but god, it looks... I love the way this looks. I'm probably not going to play the whole game this way, but let's get some teabags in on, you know, Mother Brain's last resting place. And let's make our way deeper in. But yeah, it might just be nostalgia speaking here, but I do really think this game looks a lot better with that very subtle scan line. It's, I don't know, a lot of older games were actually built to look better on the hardware at the time. So I think it really makes a big difference in this game. Because again, just that little bit of difference, kind of obscuring the background so it actually looks like it's the background, rather than just, you know, another overly detailed thing to keep an eye on. It kind of reminds you, like, what to really be looking at, I guess. It's, I don't know, I feel like I'm saying too much at this point. But we've got a little farther to go, and I do really love this recreation of the beginning of Metroid 1. It really makes a point to remind you that, oh yeah, because you can aim down now and, you know, move slightly differently, you kind of have to rethink about how you're going to approach a lot of things. And it's one thing I think this game does incredibly well. But it also reminds you that, oh yeah, maybe we've been here before. I'm trying to think how that song goes. It's, well, maybe I've been here before. I've walked this room, I've seen this floor. I blew it up 2 games ago, did you know? Actually. There's the health hidden on the roof. The eyeball on the wall is new. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Yeah, you know the song. I can't remember the name. Actually, I think it's just called Hallelujah. But yeah, I just really like the recreation of this, because then when you see certain areas, you kind of go, oh yeah, I remember this place. And then if you have any knowledge of the first Metroid, you can kind of use that knowledge to sort of look around and maybe find some secrets and stuff. It's not required by any means, but it's kind of a nice little touch, I think. Oh, and would you look at that? The lights are on. Well, maybe somebody is trying to throw a surprise birthday for Samus. Yeah? Oh, no. Okay, it's just space pirates. Well, in that case, it will be, I guess the opposite of a birthday. Because there's gonna be a lot of death here. Mainly on the space pirates, but, you know, karma and all. Alright, a couple more tea bags, because why not? And then let's go ahead and get out of here. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I pointed out I guess kind of the background when going through this area the first time, because then it kind of lights up and becomes a lot more lively. Although I do think I actually prefer the raw detail here. I think that kind of obscures it just a little too much. Plus, because the background here is a lot more simplistic, it doesn't quite draw your eye to it quite as much, so I feel like it's a little less distracting, but I don't know. I guess that's just kind of my take on it. This is a game that I know a lot of people have said doesn't need a remake. And to a degree, I kind of agree. Not that I really think this game is anything more... I feel really weird saying this because I know a lot of people truly cherish this game as like a perfect game. I do not agree with that. I think this game has a lot of flaws and a lot of issues, but I think there are some very minor areas that this game could be improved upon. And I think one of those, very just a subtle detail, is like giving it a slightly more modern lighting system. So kind of like the way that Samus's visor kind of glows here. Actually, I'm trying to think of what the game is called. Octopath Traveler. That game, it had like the very old kind of 8-bit Super Nintendo, I guess Super Nintendo, PlayStation kind of look to it. But it had a very modern lighting system with a lot of lighting effects and stuff. And I think this game would look really cool if it was given kind of that sort of treatment. You know, kind of make some of like the charge shots and stuff glow. You know, the visors, the lighting stuff. Maybe like some of the eyes of the Chozo there. I think that'd be a really, really cool little detail. But again, just my own kind of take on that. I also don't cherish this game anywhere near as much as a lot of other people do. So, I don't know. I guess that would probably, you know, make a really big influence on that. Or I guess thoughts and stuff on this game getting a remake. Wait, you're dead already? Alright, maybe I'm thinking a little too much of the, I guess the Chozo from Metroid Dread, because those guys were insanely tough. And now I think whenever I see a Chozo, I think of those guys, because those guys were brutal. They made a hell of an impact. But, I kind of forgot that, I've played this game maybe a few too many times, so I can kind of get through it really quick. But let's just go ahead and get out of this dark, creepy cavern, because it's dark and creepy. And we've got an area to move on to, because now that we have the bombs, now that we have the morph ball, we should be able to start breaking the game in a couple ways. And to be honest, I didn't really think about how to get through this game before. I probably should have actually come into this with some sort of a plan, but I'm kind of thinking what we're gonna do is, once we get to the green area, if I can get the power missiles, super missiles? Whatever the green missiles are, if I can get those a little early, we should be able to skip the first boss entirely, and we might be able to, assuming I can actually glitch the game in the right way, we should be able to actually get those power missiles that are behind that boss. That way we just have an extra little supply, and we can kind of just get through this area a lot faster. So, I guess we'll see how it goes. I guess it really all comes down to whether I can make this jump or not, because... oh god, I'm actually gonna have to think about the buttons I need to press. Let's see, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? First thing I need to do is open up this door and not waste any missiles, because I think we're gonna need some more of those. Let's turn this off. Oh, buddy, get out of here. Okay, there we go. So, hang on. Let's... okay, that should be far enough. And then, what do I need to do? I need to hold the run button. I need to tap right, or I guess hold right, and then I need to jump just before I leave this room. That way we kind of transition while in jump. And then when we enter the next room, I need to let go of the right button. I need to tap down once, that way we're looking down. And then, like a pixel or two before I actually hit the ground, I need to tap down again to enter the morph ball and immediately roll my thumb to the right. That way, we basically don't lose any momentum and we can get past the speed traps. So... it should be as simple as that. I guess we can't screw up if we, or we can't fail if we don't screw up, so... god, I feel like a douche every time I kind of joke about that. A lot of these tricks in these games... hey, I actually got it! Okay. I was gonna say, a lot of the tricks and stuff in these games are actually kind of difficult to pull off. I just have, like, you know, 20 years of muscle memory kind of at my back, so... yeah. I just feel really bad if somebody started playing one of these games and, you know, after watching me do some dumb trick and getting frustrated because they couldn't do it. So, I don't know. Just the thought of that kind of makes me feel horrible. But this area is exactly why I have trust issues. Because there is yet another item hidden behind an item that's hidden behind the hidden item that's hidden behind the other item. And, if you thought this was it, well, no, because apparently Billy Mace directed this area, or I guess this part of the game, because just wait, there's more. There is yet another hidden item on a little branching pathway, if I could actually make this jump, there we go, that is hidden behind the hidden item from the very start. So, yeah, there's basically 5 hidden items all in this area. Or I guess one of them is not quite so hidden. It just takes, I guess a little exploring to get to. The rest of the items, however, are absolutely hidden. But now we've got the super missiles. Give it like 5 seconds before I start calling them power missiles again, because I will always forget what they're called. Same with the I guess if it's a super missile, then the other one's the power bomb. So, yeah, I'll always get those two kind of mixed up. Therefore, there's the big bomb and there's the green missile. And that's exactly what I'm gonna call them. Until I start calling them something different, because I always just kind of forget what names I use for those. Let's go ahead and get through here, and one too many missiles, but that should be fine. I don't think we need that many missiles, to be honest. Oh, right, we don't have the speed booster. Okay, well, that's perfectly fine, because we're going to be getting that in just a minute. As soon as we get through this little wall. There we go. And then I should be able to, unless I run out of power missiles or just completely screw this up, we should be able to get the, I guess the power missile, or super, I said I was, right on cue, just as I said I was going to forget what they're called. We should be able to get the green missiles, or whatever, that are behind here. We just need to open this up a little bit. And then basically what we need to do, because there is an area just beyond there. So basically what we're going to be doing, and I don't know the exact mechanics of how this works, but I think the way it works is that basically we're trying to trick the game into loading the next area That way the missile doesn't despawn the moment it goes off screen. And so basically what you want to do is you want to run a little bit, and I think right here, there we go. So yeah, kind of like, basically the moment that the edge of the screen kind of hits like that little bit of the pink part, you want to kind of fire that missile, because then it'll kind of hit this thing, or I guess where that was, and then you can kind of do it. To be honest, I was kind of expecting that to take like almost all of my missiles, so I did not think I was going to get that on the first try. I've done that one in the past, but it's kind of... I've usually always screwed it up quite a few times. But now we have more super missiles, so it's kind of unnecessary, but it'll be kind of nice to have if I really screw up against Kraid. It'll just kind of guarantee that we can kill him really quick. So, let's just go ahead and get back through all of this. And then, speaking of Kraid, we're coming for him. Although... I'm debating... Do I want to grab the item that's down below? Actually, I think it's a beam weapon, or like a arm cannon upgrade. I want to say it's the charge beam? I don't exactly remember. So yes, I do want to grab it. And it is the charge beam. Okay, cool. I know where all the item locations are in this game, I just sometimes struggle to remember what is where, especially after all of the randomizers I've done of this game. So, yeah. But now that we have plenty of power missiles, we can kind of open all of these up without worry about running out, which is really, really nice. If anything, it's just kind of a little bit of a peace of mind, I guess. But if we go up here, we can go ahead and grab another missile. So that's fun. And then I think there's another beam weapon that we can grab. I don't remember what it is. I want to say it's the... For some reason, I want to say it's the wave beam, but I don't think that's right. And yeah, you know what? I keep forgetting that we don't move quite as fast in the morph ball in this, or I guess like compared to running. So yeah, I was kind of toying around with AM2R again, and God, I forgot how much I love that game. It's, I think actually not even I think, when it comes to Metroid 2 and like the fan remakes and the official remake, I think kind of the order of the way I kind of like them is, Metroid 2 is completely unrivaled. Just the base, you know, original game. And then it goes AM2R, and then the official remake of Metroid 2. As much as I love, like, the 3D stuff, and you can kind of see, like, all the stuff that they perfected in Metroid Dread with it, I feel like there's some stuff that's just a little janky. It's not quite as polished as it was in Metroid Dread. So, yeah. I feel kind of bad saying that, but there's some things that just weren't quite, they weren't quite where I feel like they kind of should have been. But, once we get into here... Oh god, what is this? I really don't remember. Oh, it's the wide beam. Or, you know, Spazer, Spazer, Spazier. Whatever it is. Spacier. It's the wide beam. That's what it is. I was gonna say something, I don't remember what it is. But let's go. Actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I might go down and... Oh, God. Oh, no, let me go. Oh, my God, I think it's my least favorite thing about this game is the iframes and kind of the knockback. Because it more often than not, it gets you killed. I know they give you the iframes so you don't take additional damage, but it more often than not, it just knocks you into another hit, and then you just get hit stunned. It's, I think, probably one of the biggest flaws with this game, if I had to, you know, name one. But let's go ahead and grab the high jump, because that means I won't have to, like, perfectly, I guess, time a jump just to get into Kraid's lair. And it'll kind of help just, in general. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot. Reshade. Because I really like the way that these little flamey boys, kind of glow. It makes them look like really, really hot, I guess. Or, you know, high temperature, not... you know. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab the high jump, because, I like jumping, I guess. The high jump boots. Don't know why I turned a little southern when I said that, but sometimes you just gotta go a little southern. Yeah. Oh, right. Hang on. We got to kill this guy before the game will let us get out. So, speed up that process a little bit. We can grab these missiles. And then I actually think I'm going to go ahead and save on the little save thing just kind of across the way, across the hall, whatever it is. Because I've kind of been going on for a little bit, and I feel like this would be a pretty good place to sort of break this video up. So I'm going to leave this here, and until next time, take care of each other, rock on, and be excellent to each other. And I really mean that more now than really ever, just because the world is in a really weird place, and we really don't need to be making things any harder on each other than they already are. So just, you know, at the very least, try and be a decent human being to one another. And I feel like that's hopefully not too much to ask of anyone. So yeah, anyway, until next time.